Hello everyone, Zerato here, back with Volume 2 of the Survival series. I know it's been a while since the last one. You know, there really hasn't been much to talk about since then, so I've kind of just been holding off a bit. But, you know, I feel like it's about time for me to return back to this series, you know? I think there's a lot of things that I could talk about. A lot of things that maybe you guys might be interested in, maybe not, but overall, it's really just about having a place to talk about things, you know? I gotta remember where I'm at with this house. It's been a while since I've constructed it. Yes. Okay. Yeah, when I last played on this, the version was... Oh, you've gotta be fucking kidding me! Oh, I hate this game. I hate this stupid game. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, last time I was working on a house, that was coming along pretty well. I think the game plan is maybe I just run away far enough that they despawn, and then I can not have to deal with them and their bullshit. So I'm gonna run in this direction. So I'm thinking in this episode I'll probably try to get some... What's it called? Diamonds? Yeah, diamonds sound good. So yeah, I guess let's talk. I guess we'll start with some more simple, fun topics, but, ooh, witch's hut. Lately I've been, you know, I don't know how much any of you guys know about me, but I have always been, not always, for the past, like, 4 years or so, I've been getting a lot more active in my life, you know, working out and stuff, you know, just trying to be more healthy, and I think that's just kind of the way I like to live. I usually go to the gym, and lately I've been going to the gym a little bit more than I have, and I've been following a more strict routine alongside some nutrition. Yeah, because, really, there's been, like, one time in my life when I've, like, completely focused hardcore on nutrition, and, you know... Oh, this is such a cool cave. What? And I think now is kind of the right time for me to, you know, bring that back, focus on the nutrition and not just work out to work out, you know? I feel like that's kind of why I've been even though I've been consistently going to the gym for 4 years, if you took one look at me, you wouldn't think that I've been going to the gym, you know, consistently for 4 years, you know. I look like I maybe go to the gym once a week and for like a year or two, and it's because I've been slacking on my nutrition, so, you know, been getting into stuff like chicken and rice, you know, get my veggies up there as well. I've always taken like a multivitamin, but, you know, that's not really the same as actual proper nutrition, you know? So I'm trying to kind of work that kind of proper nutrition into my life, and I hope it sticks, you know. I have a few days where I really am not that hardcore focused on nutrition, but as long as I come back to it, it should be fine. What's really been helping me is the goat of cheap grocery. Let's block that off. I don't want to deal with that. The goat of cheap grocery stores, Aldi, man. Oh my god, I love Aldi. Aldi is actually just an amazing grocery store. I don't really know what else to say, you know. You go in there, everything's super cheap, everything's actually like good. You look at the produce, you look at the meat, you look at the veggies, and ooh, diamonds. and it's all like, it looks good, and then it's like super cheap. You know, you don't get that at other places, you know, because sometimes I shop at Walmart. I used to main Walmart. There was a time in my life where I went to Walmart, like, in the span of 5 days, I went to Walmart 4 times because I kept forgetting things. And I still go to Walmart for, like, big grocery things, but I made for, like, big, like, not food items, because Aldi is really, like, hyper-focused on food. So, but if I just need food, I kind of just go to Aldi. And that's kind of been what I've been doing lately. Okay, where the hell is this spider? Is it above me? Okay. So yeah, I usually go there. The thing that I've been eating a lot of, I mean, I do get chicken because chicken and rice is a classic for any nutrition guy, but they also have these ground turkey, a pound of ground turkey for like, it's literally $2 for a pound of ground turkey, and there's like not any other meat I can think of besides like canned tuna that is that cost, that is like has that value. And so I've been kind of chilling with that lately. And it's good, I eat it. My main go-to is I have my proprietary special seasoning blend that I use. And then I usually throw together the ground turkey with some roasted red tomatoes and a what is it? Roasted red tomatoes, and then I usually put in a little bit of lime juice and some Cholula on top. And that usually makes for a fun little bowl for really cheap. Because, like, I could make it better if I spent more money. And maybe I will. Maybe I'll get, like, some jalapenos or something. You know, spice things up a little bit. I'll think about it. But generally, that's kind of been my go-to lately. And, you know, it just kind of varies. Sometimes I sub out the turkey and I use chicken thigh instead. I know chicken breast technically has better macros, but chicken thigh just tastes better. I'm not gonna lie. Chicken thigh just tastes better, and it's much easier to cook well. Chicken breast, there's like a small range you can cook it, and generally if it's not in that range, it'll just be dry as hell. Oh, there he is. So that's kind of where I'm at with my nutrition. So I've been doing that. And then, you know, for my other meals, you know, I've been trying to get back into eating breakfast. I've been a little 50-50 on that, just because I'm like not very hungry in the mornings, and I usually do like a good like eggs and toast. And then to get some fruits in, oh, I have the best protein smoothie you could make ever. Here is some sauce. Okay? Here you get milk. It's a cup of milk. It's you get vanilla Greek yogurt. Yes, I know it might be slightly less healthy than plain Greek yogurt because there's usually sugar or whatever the hell. Maybe you can find a sugar-free one. I don't care. But get the vanilla, okay? Unflavored protein powder after that, because flavored protein powder tastes like shit. I hate to break it to all of you guys who like flavored protein powder. Flavored protein powder tastes like shit. And so you get unflavored protein powder, you throw a scoop of that in, and then a cup of blueberries. Oh my god. That makes for a fucking delicious smoothie. Genuinely the best protein smoothie I've had in my life. It's so good. It's so good. It's so delicious. It's genuinely, it's so good. I have that every day after my workout. you guys probably don't care, so I'll spare you guys the details on like my specific workout routine. If you guys want to know that, you can ask about it. Actually, this is my video. I'm gonna talk about this stuff. I'll probably have like timestamps in the description for like different topics if people want to skip to things that are more interesting to them. But generally, I have a 6-day workout routine mainly because I am already I am an active 21-year-old guy, so I can afford to work out, you know, at that consistency, and like still be generally active in a lot of my other places in life, because sometimes I've been getting back into rock climbing and stuff like that, and that's kind of been one of my new things, or not new things, that's been something that's been like returning. I used to be like super into rock climbing like a year or two ago, and then I kind of fell out of it, and I've been kind of reworking that into my schedule. It's pretty fun. Yeah, so, but yeah, no, I have a 6-day routine. I have a chest and I start with like a push day that's like chest and shoulder focused. Then I have a pull day, which is more like back focused. Then I have my leg day. By the way, today was the back focus pull day. It was my 2nd day in the routine. And I have a leg day tomorrow. And then I have a more shoulder focused push day after that. So I can really work on my shoulders and make them look all nice and big and juicy and stuff. And then after that, I have a pull day, which is once again pretty back focused, but maybe a little more focus on the arms than the other one, but like not crazy. And then I finish off my week with a pure arm and cardio day. Okay, you need to move the fuck out of the way. Okay, chill the fuck out. Chill out. I do not need 2 of you little fucking gremlins chasing me around. Okay. Where was I? Yeah, I have like an arm day where I kind of like completely blitz my biceps and triceps because, you know, my workout routine right now is mainly designed with the focus of trying to look good, rather than being strong. I feel like I'm okay, maybe not like in push, but like not to flex or anything, but like I can do 6 weighted pull-ups with a 45-pound plate attached to me, like in one set. And so like I think I have pretty good strength, at least in the kind of ways that I want to have strength. So like right now I'm just kind of focusing on aesthetics, and that's also why I'm heavy focusing on nutrition right now. All right. That was just a big loop to try and despawn the fucking pillagers, and they are gone, thank God. So yeah. So that's kind of my general routine. I don't need to get into any of the specifics because it's nothing too crazy. But generally that's kind of been something that I've been refocusing on lately, kind of prioritizing my health, for a few reasons, you know. But, you know, maybe not the most good reasons, but you know, reasons nonetheless. And that's kind of what I've been working on lately. Let's see, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8. Cool. Whoop. Perfect. Okay, they're burning alive. I just need them to die. So yeah, I think that's all that I have to talk about with my health and workout routine. There's nothing else too crazy with that. yeah, I don't really need to talk too much about that stuff. It gets kind of stupid and pointless. Why the fuck are they not dying? Oh, I hate these motherfucking skeletons. Why can't they all just die? So that's kind of the start of the video. I'm gonna focus a little bit more on Minecraft for a minute, and then we can move on to the next topic, because I have a few things that I could talk about today. I'm gonna just keep this rolling until I run out of all the topics I've been wanting to talk about, or not been wanting, but that I have to talk about. And nutrition and fitness is one of them. I think it's a relatively big part of my life, you know. It's a part of who I am. You know, I've been consistently going to the gym and stuff for a long time. Yeah. Whoopsies. So, yeah, I don't know, it's a part of who I am. So, all right. So back to the goals for today. I do kind of want to start working on the interior for this house at some point. But I do also want to upgrade my iron armor, because might as well, you know? There's not really, like, there's no reason for me to be sticking with this iron armor right now. Okay, I'm gonna crash out. These skeletons are actually gonna make me crash out. Die. Thank you. Cool. Now you can die. Thank you. So yeah, so let's go that. Let's try to go mining again, and hopefully I can find a cave that actually leads somewhere, so I can, you know, get to diamonds, because there should be good generation for mining in this version, because this is the version after the caves include. Like, this is such a cool cave entrance. I don't know if I said this in the last episode. I don't remember. That was almost a year ago. But this is such a cool cave entrance, only for it to be nothing. Only for it to be nothing. Nothing but a mine shaft. And the mine shaft doesn't even lead down to deep slate. So what the fuck's the point? Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm gonna explore maybe towards this plains biome, or see if there's just any good cave entrance over there. I have wood on me and a crafting table. That's good, because I do not want to have to swim across this ocean. It'll take forever. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I guess another thing we could talk, a new topic, completely different shift. Have you guys ever seen the show Survivor? It is, in my opinion, the GOAT, the GOAT of reality game shows. It is nothing quite is to par of Survivor. It is quite literally just like, it's perfect. You have all these people who are stressed out and like in a very difficult situation, and they're all competing for $1 million, so then they get mad. There's a good social aspect, there's a physical aspect to it. I mean, if you don't know what Survivor is, I can give you like the rundown. They basically take like 18 people, they shove them all on like a fucking island in Fiji, and they basically have to fend for themselves on the island. They're given like very minimal resources, like the most you'll end up getting is like equipment for like spearfishing, and then like flint to start fires. And then like maybe they'll give you like a bag of rice. And that's it. And then you're just on an island. So you have to like scavenge for coconuts. And if you don't get like flint to start a fire, you better hope you know how to start a fire without flint. Because, yeah, no, it's like genuinely it gets there. So like, but the way that it works is every episode there's like a challenge that they have to do, like a physical or a mental challenge. It's usually either like throwing something, or there's like throwing something. Sometimes there's a puzzle, sometimes it's crawling, sometimes it's balance, sometimes it's endurance based. It just kind of depends. It kind of depends on the episode. But generally, there's a challenge, and they're split up into 3 teams. And the team that loses the challenge, they have to vote one of the people in their group out that episode. And then that's how it goes until at some point they take all the groups and they merge them all in together. And then instead of like the losing team has to vote one person out, they're instead just playing for immunity to get voted out. So like if you win the challenge, the individual challenge, you can't be voted out. And then and it's pretty fun. I recommend it. And the new season of Survivor is starting very, very soon. Depending on when this video gets out, it might already have aired. I have no idea when I'm releasing this episode. At the time of recording this, it's Tuesday. It'll be airing tomorrow, but I will not be watching it until Sunday because I watch it with my roommates. And we all get together and watch Survivor. It's a good group. It is a good show, don't get me wrong, but it is an amazing show when you're watching it with friends. Like, genuinely, especially if you can get it in person. You don't have to. The first season I watched it with the first season when I started getting into Survivor, I actually watched it over a Discord call, and it was still an amazing, fun experience watching that show. But yeah, no, watch it. Find someone to watch it. Watch it with your family. I've watched it with my mom. I've watched seasons of Survivor with my mom, and it's fun. Just watch it with someone, because it's fun to kind of like speculate on who's gonna win and like be like, this person's silly. Like, you gotta have someone to talk to about it. It's one of those kind of shows. It's more fun. And I don't know, at some point I kind of always toss around the idea of maybe like applying to be on Survivor, and I don't know. I've considered it. I've spoken to like my roommates about because you got to make an application video to introduce yourself to like the producers. And I don't know, something about that just like, I keep getting stuck on it because there's like a lot of, there's a lot of thought that has to go into that, because it has to be like instantly eye-catching, it has to be interesting. You have to display your personality in a video, and like, you might think, oh, you're a YouTuber, you should be good at displaying your personality in a video. No, I'm not. Not in like a video where like someone doesn't know me, or like that's not like related. Like I have to script it out, write it out. Like YouTube, it's easy to show my personality because I just am like, this is a wacky zany situation. And then I create the wacky zany situation in Minecraft, and then my personality randomly comes up because it's just natural. But like, I have to like script a video that shows my personality, and I'm like, I don't know how to do that shit. I don't know. Stop making me feel all pressured. So that's kind of why I haven't yet, but I'll try to do it at some point. Ooh, looting 3 is actually a banger. What the fuck? An obsidian, I'll take that. Don't mind if I do. So yeah, no, it's good. I'm excited for the new season, especially since they're bringing back some people. They're bringing back this one guy, Charlie, who I feel like he had the game stolen away from him, because the way that they pick the winner is it's down to 3 people, and then like a portion of the people who were previously eliminated, they all get to vote on who they think deserves to win the $1 million. And I believe Charlie should have won his season, but instead he just got completely, I forgot. It was because his ex-teammate was bitter that Charlie got her voted out, and then she, I don't know. Watch Survivor. You know what? I don't care. Also, apparently MrBeast is in it at some point. Like, MrBeast will show up. And so that'll be an interesting moment to watch with my roommates. I'll be like, oh my god, Mr. Beast! Ironically, of course, I don't care about Mr. Beast too much. You know, speaking of Mr. Beast, man, such a weird YouTuber. Like, I used to watch him back, like, years ago when he had this series called Worst Intros on YouTube. And, like, I've been watching since, like, early, like, I'm not saying this as a flex because I think it's kind of stupid, but like I was probably I can't remember the exact number, but I subscribed to MrBeast when he was at like 30K or something like that, like 30 or 40K subs. It was somewhere in that ballpark when I first subscribed to him. And it's not really like a flex or anything. It's just kind of I was subscribed to MrBeast before it was cool, and then before it became uncool again. But yeah, no. Why can I not find a single fucking actual real live cave? I'm gonna actually crash out. I'm not lying. I'm actually mad about this. Please, please, tell me this leads somewhere. It just leads me to 2 goddamn skeletons who are gonna kill me, and then I'm gonna get mad because I'm dead. I hate this game. I hate this game. I hate this game. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah. So, yeah, no, he used to have a series called, like, Worst Intros where he'd make fun of children who had, like, bad YouTube intros. And I would watch that all the time, and it was funny because I was in 8th grade and he made edgy jokes. God, fucking damn it. So yeah, no, that was an interesting, but now he does content that I don't care for. And to be honest, probably if he was doing Worst Intros now, it would not have the same appeal to me, to the 21-year-old me that it had to the 11-year-old me. But no, it's interesting because he was definitely like a lot less corporate back then, a lot more like personable back then. Like, he felt like a YouTuber and not just like a company posting videos on YouTube, where like now he does definitely just feel like a company posting videos on YouTube. And that's kind of like, I don't know. I think that's why I originally did the first volume 1, is because I kind of I tend to not over edit, but heavily edit my videos. Like, they're very snappy. Like, I mean, you think about like the Secret Hunter series, like an average recording of Secret Hunter would be 3.5 hours long. And I think the longest Secret Hunter video is just shy of 30 minutes, and most of them are around like 20. Then so much stuff gets cut out because I really just kind of want to hone in on like the very specific drama parts, interesting parts of the video, and I feel like it results in a better product, and it does still show my personality, but it definitely doesn't show like as raw, unfiltered personality as something like this shows. This kind of shows me yapping about myself for a long time, but that's kind of the point of this video, is to kind of yap about myself for a long time and yap about other things. You know, just it's a yapping video. But I think yapping videos are fun. What I don't think is fun is the fact that I haven't found a single fucking cave yet. Ooh, I think my luck is changing. I don't think it is. I think this is just a stupid ass fake ravine. Or is it? It is. It's not real. This is not real. This is not real. Where are the caves? Where are the caves? Where are the fucking caves? Is that a cave? That might be a cave. That might be a cave. Let's head down. Boop. Cave. Cave. That's a skeleton, but that's fine. Yeah. Okay, please tell me this leads somewhere. Okay, this is looking promise. Not really. This is not looking promising. Oh, this is looking promise. Not really. It's not looking promising. Oh, this is not looking promising at all. I don't know why I keep saying that. I fucking hate this game. I don't. But yeah, no, it's definitely. I feel like. I don't know. It's. I also feel like. I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like I've definitely got, like, I don't have the most YouTube, how do I phrase this? I don't have a good YouTube personality, you know? I don't have, like, my skills at YouTube are very much, like, the background stuff. Like, I sometimes have good ideas, I know how to, like, execute on a good... Why? How did I not see this earlier? I know how to execute on certain ideas that I have. I know how to create a storyline out of maybe a video where there really isn't much of a storyline. I know how to pick, like, good music for videos. I know how to edit a video well, you know. I know... Like, that's kind of the stuff that I'm good at, but I feel like my personality isn't, like, a good YouTube personality. And that's why I kind of, like, also tend to focus on my friends' personalities, because I feel like they definitely have a lot more to offer in that sense. You know? Like... I don't know. I've always kind of felt like I didn't really have an amazing personality when it comes to YouTube videos. I'm not really... Like, I don't know. I don't really have, like, the right kind of energy, I guess. You know, like, for example, I'd say, like, a perfect YouTube or streamer personality, I gotta give it to fucking Apples, man. That guy, he's just, like, naturally got that weird, goofy to him. What are you doing? What is this guy doing? Why is he, like... Oh my god. Sorry, I had to lock in there. But he's just got that weird, silly goofiness, natural goofiness that's, like, perfect for YouTube. To him, Kong has that kind of just, like, chaos to him. And then, like, even if it's not, like, instantly obvious, a lot of people like that deadpan sarcasm that guys like Plank have, too. It's like, he kind of has that, where, like, I'm kind of, like, not quite chaotic enough, like... I don't know, the best way I could describe it is, like, I maybe play like a straight man, you know? Or like an everyman, or something like that in the videos. Which is, like, fine, but, like... That means, like, it's not, yeah, there's not really, like, any particular focus on my personality, and that's fine. I kind of... My opinion with everything YouTube related is that it's more important to do what's best for the video than to be like, I have to be the star of the show. And I mean, sometimes I've drifted through that, you know. I'm human. Sometimes I get insecure about it. And then I'm like, I wish I was able to, like, naturally add some oomph to a video. But, like, you know... At the end of the day, I play my role. That's kind of why, like... That's why I, like, even in, like, the Secret Rules videos and stuff like that, like, I'm playing, like, basically entirely a background game master role, or you think of, like, the game show video. I think those are all, like, really phenomenal videos, but, like, you know, they're not videos that really show my personality in any strong way. And that's just kind of how it is, you know? It's just the name of the game, you know? I gotta make the better video, and the video tends to be better if I play either a straight man or just a more background role for a lot of the concepts, you know? And so that's kind of what I've been doing for that. I forgot what got to this, but yeah, so... yeah, so these videos showing that I'm not just a faceless corporation. Oh, mob spawner, mob spawner. Ah! The loser will get to... Okay, that was scary. But yeah, so that's kind of, yeah, I guess showing that I'm, I don't know, because I don't want to just feel like, that I'm just like some faceless, personality-less guy in the videos. I need to show a little bit of that, and so that's kind of part of this, part of the whole reason I'm doing these videos. But yeah, no, so that's kind of generally a YouTube talk. Oh yeah, something that I'm really curious about, I've been wanting to see, is the movie Iron Lung, the Markiplier one, the Markiplier movie. I've heard it's like solid, at least like as far as YouTuber movies go. The only person I know, well, I think Plasma saw it, but I didn't really speak. Did he see it? I don't know. I haven't really spoken to anyone except for DB, and he said it was good as a YouTuber movie. Oh, what the fuck? Kill him! Oh my god, these fucking mobs are gonna make me crash. Why do they have speed? Why do they have fucking speed? I hate this game. I hate this game with a burning passion. Did I tell you guys that I hate this game with a burning fucking passion? Because I do. Because I really do. I really do. What was I saying? Ah, yes. Ah, yes. You know what? I forgot. You know what? We're just gonna talk about Minecraft until I can figure out what the next topic is gonna be. Because there are more topics within me. But right now, I'm kind of too focused. Holy shit, I need to get a new shield. Let's prioritize getting a new shield. Oh my god. What is this? That's a lot of diamonds. That's a lot of diamonds. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, that's so many diamonds. Okay. So first things first, let's get a new shield running. Because I will probably die very quickly without one. Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. I mean, I can craft these two together to give it a little more durability, but I should definitely... Oh, I forgot I had the looting 3 sword. So yeah. That's kind of my general thing. Okay, cool. So I'll have that. Boop. And should be good by now. Yeah. So yeah, so that's kind of Minecraft for ya. I know probably one of the big things everyone's going to be asking about is like, where have the main channel videos been? And to be honest, half of it's just laziness. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie and say that there's been like there have been some hurdles. Don't get me wrong. It's not pure laziness, but laziness has definitely contributed to the lack of an upload, you know? And so, yeah, I guess I just want to be honest about that. Laziness has definitely contributed to the lack of an upload. And yeah, I guess got to be honest about that. But other things is that right now there's kind of a few different, I guess, yeah, there's a few different things that are being recorded or have been recorded. You know, there was a little while back that we tried to record a new Secret Hunter video, trying to kind of go back to like the charm of the old videos, you know, seeing if we could like tighten back the cast to 4 people and just like play it like the old days and see how that goes. And we couldn't really get a good recording out of it. You know, it's just kind of, I don't know, just kind of always fell short of what like my standards for a video would be. And like in the sense that like it even wasn't like super amazingly fun to record either, you know? It was just kind of like a little boring to record, and then like there wasn't really any story, and it was just like, why are we doing this? Why am I making us do this? It's not fun, it's not interesting, we're just doing this over and over again. And so like, yeah, so like we tried to record it. I don't even think I have any of the recordings even backed up anymore, because all of it was kind of bad. There was one that was like maybe sort of good, but like it really wasn't. There was like some tense moments, but like it ended up just not having a payoff. There was like a silly way that Kong died, which is like the peak of that. And I should probably tell Kong that he should upload that as like a short, because it really was such a stupid way to die. It was so funny. But yeah, so then that kind of just didn't really pan out in any tangible, important, or good, interesting way. It just kind of fell apart. And so then that was kind of when I realized that the Secret Hunter series is probably not going to be coming back really ever. Maybe at some point there'll be like some like Secret Hunter with a twist or something, and then it'll come out, but I wouldn't hold out. I wouldn't hold out for a new Secret Hunter. I've generally moved on from that series. I don't know. I know they make for good videos, but the recording process started to get a lot less fun. The editing started to get a lot more difficult, because since we were having less fun, the recordings were less fun to watch back, you know? And then it just kind of, I don't know, it lost the energy. And also a big part of it is like, ooh, give me that fucking Nautilus shell. Nope. Stop shooting me. Stop shooting me, you little bitch. You little bitch. Give me that Nautilus shell. Give me that Nautilus shell. Boop. So yeah. I guess that's something to talk about, is that's there. But anyways, yeah, so then we had a video where I streamed it on my Twitch account as well, where we were playing Minecraft, but the tick speed would increase every time we took damage. Had some funny moments, might make a second channel video at some point, but like right now it's just kind of like, I don't know, I have the footage, I have like the first like 40 seconds of a potential video edited. What the hell? Oh, what the fuck? What the hell kind of enchantments did he have on that sword? That was literally like 3 hearts a hit. That was actually terrifying. That was actually terrifying. That was actually so fucking scary. Jesus, where am I going? Yeah. So, that's kind of where I'm at. And then there's a series that will eventually... There's not a series. There's something we are recording, which is taking a very, very long time to record. We started recording it in, like, October of last year, and we're, like, halfway through it at this point. there have been like delays and stuff like that, so it probably won't take another 4 months. It'll hopefully only take another month or two to finish recording, and then editing will take God knows how long. But yeah, there's a video that we've been working on that'll definitely become a main channel video at the end, whenever I'm done with it. But it just kind of depends on whenever I'm done with it, you know? But so there's that, I guess, if you want to have something to look forward to. There is like a project that's being recorded. It's just taken forever to record it. So I keep thinking, this is taking forever. Who knows when that goddamn video will come out. And obviously I can't really talk about it too much because I don't want to spoil anything. But I would say the recording for that is generally coming along fine, so at least so far. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with YouTube stuff. I know it's not like the most action-packed update or anything, but it's an update nonetheless. I figured some people would probably be at least slightly annoyed if I didn't give a single, like, update where I'm at with videos within this, because I figure that's something that a lot of people are curious about to some extent, you know? Because, you know, as good as I think this fucking stupid Let's Play series is, I know that most people care about actual, real, properly edited videos that are interesting and have a fun concept. And I'm still working on those. It's just that they're kind of on the... It's taking a while. It's taking a while, you know? Gotta get good quality content out. And sometimes getting good quality content means you have to wait. And getting good quality content with... when you're recording with a bunch of people who are in college and or have jobs, it is difficult nonetheless to schedule things out as well. That's been one of the main difficulties as well, is just scheduling out recording sessions. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with videos, but there will be a video at some point, I think, maybe. Who knows? Alright, let's switch up the topic. Let's talk about something else. Like how the fuck I'm gonna get back home. I do not remember the coordinates to my base. Fuck. It's been so long. I think my base is around here, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hope I don't die to a trident zombie. What do we got? Iron nuggets. Cool. Okay. Savannah. That looks kind of vaguely familiar. I can't remember. That's... Okay, I think I know where I am, because that's the Savannah Pillager outpost, so I gotta go this way. Okay. We got it. Figured it out. Just took me a minute. So, yeah, I guess that's kind of my general YouTube update. What's something else? For those of you who don't know, I dabble in a bit of music, you know? I typically, there's a few different ways throughout my life I've dabbled in music. I've dabbled in music in various different ways. Throughout, but most consistently when I think it was sophomore year of high school, when I decided that I wanted to be a producer and make beats. And so I made beats, and they were pretty good. I even got some small people to rap over them, made some good songs, listened back to them, and like they still hold up. If I play some of them Like I'll play, some of them are like in my playlists and like liked songs, and like they'll come up every so often and I'll be like, damn, this is actually good. What the hell? I wasn't expecting this. This is actually good. You know? And so that's kind of something that I used to do. But more lately, in recent years, it's been just playing instruments. And for a while, for like a year or so, the year or two, the focus has been bass guitar. I don't know why. I just like the... Holy fuck, that Enderman was spazzing. I just kind of... I like the rhythmic alongside melodic elements if you play it in a certain way. I don't know, it's just interesting. It makes for good playing, and it sounds good, and it's fun, you know? You just kind of... I just kind of get in like a flow state when I'm playing it. But then I've also been just picking up... I have an acoustic guitar that I've been picking up lately, and that's been fun as well. That's definitely had its fun part to it as well. It's similar enough that like I definitely picked it up quickly, but it's definitely very different than bass. It's not the same thing. It's there was quite the learning curve to guitar, but I'm definitely feeling a lot more confident with it now than I was even... What the hell is he holding? Oh, a fishing rod. Than I was even 2 months ago. And that's just kind of what happens. You play an instrument more, you feel better with it. I've also like dabbled in piano a bit. Never like too heavily, but you know, sometimes I can play a few different songs on a piano. Enough that if I see a piano, I can be like, look at this. Here's a little thing I know. And people are like, oh, haha, you're so cool and talented. I wish I was like you. And no one says that, but I can only hope. But yeah, so no, I play a lot of different music. I listen to a lot of music as well. I listen to a lot of genres, everything, you know. I'll listen to some jazz, I'll listen to some folk, I'll listen to some like old soul, R&B type music, obviously rap music, because, I mean, I was a rap producer for a little bit, like I made beats, so of course I like that kind of style and genre of music. You know, rock. I like a little bit of rock. Like some like alternative stuff. I'm a big fan of who are some people that I like? I mean, if we're talking like folk music, I mean, I know he's kind of a basic popular pick, but I love Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan's a great musician. Great music. I love listening to a lot of his stuff, and even all of his stuff, basically. I'm a huge Bob Dylan fan. And then, you know, when we go to rock, I mean, I usually like a lot of older rock, Led Zeppelin, and I fucking love the Beatles. But I like some newer stuff, you know, like The Strokes, Cage the Elephant, Backseat Lovers, stuff like that. I've been listening to a lot of Jeff Buckley lately. He has music that is very applicable for me right now. Yeah, so pretty good songs. A lot of music, jazz, if we're talking jazz. I'm like basic jazz. I'm not a big... I like you know, a lot of Miles Davis records, John Coltrane, you know, just stuff like that, old jazz. I do like Dizzy Gillespie, I don't know how to fucking pronounce his name. But no, I just like kind of all kinds of music, and I listen to it. Soul. Okay, I'm not gonna just list every single artist I've ever listened to, but there's a lot that I've listened to that I enjoy. I enjoy a lot of music, any music. Yeah. I've always had the same opinion on music, and I know it kind of sounds stupid sometimes, but my opinion on music is if it's good, I will like it. If it's not good, I will not like it. It just needs to be good. That's all. That's all. It just needs to be good. And good, it can mean anything. It can be any genre. I don't care about the genre, it just has to be good. It has to be good music. I respect ball. Okay? Like, seriously, regardless of genre, I just like good music. But yeah, so that's kind of my whole thing. Okay, I am really bad at interior design in Minecraft, and so this is gonna get me feeling like shit. I think what I want to do is maybe I'll make a sugarcane farm. And so I can get some books and maybe put up some bookshelves and even some like empty bookshelves. And I think that could look really cool, like along the back wall. I think that would look sick. I think that's a good way to start, I think, at least. Or maybe I could convert something into like a kitchen. I do kind of want to have it stay with like an open-ish floor plan, but I don't really like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, okay? Like, real talk, I have no clue what I am doing. Can I stone cutter it? No, I have to smelt it to stone cutter it. Bloop. Bloop. Do I even have the materials to make... Do I even have, like, enough fucking smeltable things? I need to get more coal. But yeah. So that's kind of generally where I'm at. Okay, I need to figure out what I want to craft before I craft it. So if I'm trying to make a kitchen, what kind of design will I want to do? I maybe would want to use some signs. I maybe would want to use I think stairs are definitely going to be used at some place in it. Maybe I just gotta look up like some inspiration, but I don't really know what to do. See, this is the problem, is I don't know how to do any interior design in Minecraft. Like, that is like my worst part, my worst thing in Minecraft. That's kind of why I always like stall out in Minecraft. Like, I don't play Minecraft on like a world for very long, is because like I can build a general good frame, but I don't know how to do interior design. So I think instead I'm gonna craft diamond stuff, and maybe I'm gonna try to go to the Nether, because that is the only thing I can think of to do right now that's actually of value. So let's make a diamond chest plate. Let's make a sword. Let's make an axe. Let's make a pickaxe. And I'm going to save one, and I'm going to do boots instead. And that's for a reason, because I'm going to want to do a gold helmet. And I do not have any gold on me. That is a mistake that I will surely be regretting later on. So, I need to get some gold. You're kidding me. I seriously did not get any gold, like, not from caves or even from that. Seriously? Am I that, like, bad at the game? Deadass? Damn. But But yeah. So, oh wow, we're coming up on an hour, or well, not probably in the recording because I messed up the 2-word intro, so we're not coming up on an hour, or maybe now we're coming up on an hour. Yeah. All right. I think this is definitely where the video starts chilling out until I talk about the subjects that I still haven't decided whether I want to talk about or not on this video. God, I just need some fucking gold. I'm actually so mad at myself for not getting... I seriously did not get a single... any gold. I mean, I could just run the Nether. I could just run it. Wait, but no, I need more obsidian. I only have 7 obsidian. So I still would be... I still can't do the Nether regardless. I need to find a lava pool or anything else like that. So I actually can't even go to the Nether even if I wanted to right now. Yeah. So yeah, I think those are a few different of the topics that I wanted to talk about. Ooh, lava pool! Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go. Why is the only block I have stone bricks? Why do I have a stack of stone bricks in my inventory? That was a stupid idea. All right. Okay. That should be good. We go boom. We go there. Yep, cool. And then it goes... I need 1 more dirt. And then it should go here. Do I have the flint and steel on me? I do not have the flint and steel on me. Did I even pick up the flint and steel? I don't even know. I could walk all the way over to that, all the way back to my base, only to find out that I didn't even pick up the flint and steel in the first place. And I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be mad at myself because I am apparently a failure. Apparently, allegedly. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with the flint and steel. Okay. Fun topics to talk about that people really will enjoy definitely hearing and listening about. Because I do want this video to be about the same length as the last one, so another like 2-hour-ish video. And luckily, and hopefully this one will have timestamps for different subjects that I'm talking about. So you guys can skip around if you guys want to hear something specific. God, the terrain generation is so cool on this seat, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is such cool generation. Like, look at that, that's so cool. And then, like, the little cave thing behind me, like, it's so cool. It's so cool. It's so fucking cool. Okay, this is where I find out if I get mad or not. I do not get mad. I'm gonna sleep through the night, though. Let's see. Yeah, so I guess that's kind of where we're at with that topic. So now it's time to get into the Nether, and so hopefully I can start exploring the Nether and maybe progress the game. Maybe I can even get some netherite gear. Yeah, I don't really know yet. We'll figure this out. We'll figure this stuff out. Yeah. What else is there to talk about? What else has been going on in the world of Zerato? Since the last video, you may have noticed that I have a different computer. I used to play on a laptop, and now I play on a desktop. And it's not super new. I built it with used parts. And honestly, I am knowing how computer parts are going right now in price. I low-key wish I would have splurged a little more then, because I sure as hell am not going to be upgrading my computer anytime soon. And had I known that, I would have probably bought more expensive and better parts. Because I definitely had the money to, I just didn't want to do it at the time. You know? Ooh. This is nice. Okay, Piglin. Okay, the first thing I need to do is I need to get some gold. That's kind of like my first priority is getting some gold. And I need to save the coordinates. That is highly, highly important. Holy, that shit scared me. Oh, you're trolling, you're trolling, you're trolling, you're trolling. Why is there... Okay, anyways. Let's see, how much do I need? I just need enough to get... I want a gold helmet. That's why I made diamond boots. Because a gold helmet gives the same protection as... Ah! I need to start thinking more. Oh my god. Okay, so this is a pretty bad generation. I definitely could be doing better. Well, we'll just have to see. We'll have to see. I definitely should take out... Okay. It's harder to boat clutch in these versions, as far as I know. Okay, that was just me being stupid. That wasn't it being harder to boat clutch. It's definitely, I don't know what they changed, but there's definitely something they changed in some version that it's like a lot harder to boat clutch in current version than it was in like 1.16, for example. Like, I can very consistently hit most of my boat clutches in 1.16. I am super inconsistent with boat clutches in modern versions of Minecraft. And I don't know if it's like a mechanic change or whatever, but yeah, I know. It's probably a mechanic change, or maybe I am just bad. That's always a possibility. Like, see, I'm gonna... I shouldn't be intentionally hurt myself, but like, we'll see an example here. Like, look at this. Like, see? Like, okay, I almost got it, but I still took damage, so I didn't really get it. And it's a lot of stuff like that when I try to boat clutch nowadays. Is I just get hit with the, with taking damage. So I think what I'm looking for is a fortress like that. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, is something like a fortress. Like what there is over here. Wow, yeah, never... Yeah, you know it's a Zerato video if you never... If you don't have to try very hard to get to a fortress. Because apparently those just spawn in for me, because I'm apparently lucky. Fortress-wise, at least. Not very lucky in any other way. Just, for some reason, very lucky when it comes to spawning fortresses. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's a thing. It's a thing, apparently. It's a thing. It's a thing in my videos. So yeah, let's check this out. Wow, look at that, look at that. It's a blaze. So I guess that's pretty good, honestly. I'm trying to, like, figure out what would be a good stopping point for this video, and low-key, I don't know, because I was like, oh, getting to the Nether would be a good stopping point, and then I got in the Nether, like, right after I decided on that, and then getting into finding a fortress would be a good stopping point. And I thought that, like, right there. And I'm not trying to stop my video right now. There has to be a spawner over here, right? Or did I just get, like, crazy spawns? I think I just got crazy natural spawns. I think I just got crazy natural spawn there. That's insane. 4 of them spawning naturally in the same location is so unbelievably rare. Or not so unbelievably rare, but like I've never seen that before in any of the other times I've played Minecraft. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't know if it's super rare or not. Okay. Let's talk about an interesting subject right now. Advice. Advice for you people. I don't know how old you are. I don't know how old my viewers are. But listen to your gut, okay? If something feels off with any aspect of your life, generally there is a reason, in my opinion. Like, I firmly believe that if something feels off, that is like a sign. Your gut feeling generally is pretty important, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know why it's so accurate. Like, it's like why you get that gut feeling when something's off, and why it usually does end up being, like, at least somewhat correct. But it just is, you know? And so, in life, and in a lot of other places, if you're getting, like, a weird gut feeling about something, and something doesn't feel right, I think it's important to listen. I think it's important to listen to your gut in most of these situations. I feel like your gut feeling is a very valuable resource you can use. And it's a valuable resource that I should have been using, because I don't know how much I should talk about this subject on here. What the hell is that guy? He's just chilling in the fortress. He's just walking around. He's just wondering, how the hell did you get in here? Why are you just vibing? This is such a weird fortress to me. So many goddamn hoglins. Oh my god. Oh my god, there's so many hoglins. Let's, yeah. Okay. Thank you. The reason I say this is it comes from personal experience. Specifically, a situation where I did not listen to my gut feeling. I did not trust my gut feeling. And it was like the worst kind of gut feeling to ignore, where like I was actively in a situation, and like when I was telling people about the situation, I would sometimes leave parts of the story out because of my gut. I'm like I know I'm gonna be judged heavy for like sticking around in this situation after things that I talk about. So like I kind of leave that out because I don't want to get judged, you know. And I'm realizing that if I had that feeling that I'm like, oh, I would be judged, or at least like I would be judging myself for making the decisions that I had made, then like maybe they just weren't the right decisions to make, you know? I guess a good way to phrase this is whenever you're making a decision in life, try to like pretend you are telling someone a story about your life. And if like you would be embarrassed to include that part of the story, then maybe you should not do it. Or you should change up your action a little bit. Yeah. I guess I can talk about this a little bit. So long story short, about what was this? 6 or so months ago, I was in a situationship type. I began a situationship type deal with one of my friends. This is not a person who you know, who any of the viewers know. They have not been a part of any of the videos. It is a personal friend. And there were a lot of ups and downs. I'm not going to go into the whole story because, frankly, a lot of it is personal. But generally, a lot of the problems with it kind of came from two places. It definitely... The person I was with was definitely not normal. There are reasons for it. There are definitely reasons for those kind of things, but generally, when it led to problems for me was when I let it slide because I understood the reasons, and still let things affect me personally. And like I said, going back to my whole example of, would you be proud of talking about this to someone else, is like, a lot of the things that I let slide that affected me personally, like Oh, is he gonna do the dance? I thought he was gonna do the dance. Like I was embarrassed to talk about, even while the situation was still ongoing. I don't know. I guess the best thing I can say is, if you get a feeling that someone is lying to you or not telling you the full truth, and then they also seem very defensive about it, there is probably a reason why your gut feeling probably isn't too far off, you know? That's kind of what I guess I have to say. Because, yeah, I don't want to talk too much about this, given that it's personal to me, and and for the sake of privacy of myself and of the other person. But anyways, it ended up not faring too well, and I ended up having to cut this person out of my life. Like, completely. And it sucks, and it sucks. It does genuinely suck having to cut someone out of your life. Especially if it's someone who you had been friends with for a long period of time, you know? Because I've been friends with them for, you know, must have been like 3 years or so prior to all that. So, like, you know, a relatively long-term friend, someone who I considered a very close friend, someone who I generally thought I could trust, until I found out that I couldn't, you know? And so it sucks having to cut someone out of your life like that. But, you know, sometimes you do just have to do what's best for yourself, for your mental health, and I knew that staying in contact and leaving myself vulnerable to someone who repeatedly showed that they did not care about my well-being is just generally a bad idea. And, you know, that's kind of what I've had to do lately. And that's kind of been something that's also been impacting, you know, uploads and videos. I've been dealing with a lot of this, a lot of the ups and downs. There had been ups and downs throughout the entirety of the ordeal, like genuinely throughout the entirety of the whole thing. And it has impacted, you know, my motivation, not just with videos, but also with school and all other stuff like that. And, you know, as much as I wish it didn't, because I want to be able to focus, you know, sometimes personal relationships and stuff like that kind of affect your motivation and stuff like that, especially when it's going bad, when you just really want it to go good, you know? And yeah, I guess, I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough situation to talk about, you know, not just from the fact that I'm trying to figure out how much I should say, you know, to give broad strokes without diving into my personal, but also, you know, it's a tough situation that I don't like having to deal with, but, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. So that's kind of, you know, what I've been up to lately. I'm sorry for being a little more somber than the earlier bits of this video. It's not really an easy topic to talk about. But I guess, I don't know. It comes down to a lot of different things, you know. When you think about situations like that, a lot of times thought that comes into your head is one of regret, you know? Like, do I regret the decisions I made knowing how it ended? And it's a very interesting question to ask. Like, do you regret something that you enjoyed when it ends badly, even if in the process of it ending badly you learned a good lesson? And it's tricky, because I at first I would say I regretted a lot of it. There were definitely sections I should not have let the ordeal get as far as it did. They can spawn with spears? There are points where I should have pulled out sooner, and that is something that I do regret not doing. Because, like I said, it comes back to a few things that when I'm like telling the story to people of what happened, I like feel embarrassed that I'm like, wow, this happened and I still kept going. And it's like embarrassing sometimes. It's genuinely embarrassing sometimes thinking about like, wow, I actually didn't stop here. I let it go. I let it keep going. And, you know, that's crazy. That's crazy sometimes when I'm thinking about it. And so I think I regret not stopping it at one of those points, I guess. I don't know. At the beginning, I would say I definitely... When everything first went down, I think I definitely, for a second, I was like, I regret everything. I hate everything that happened. This is stupid. I regret ever meeting. I regret ever even being friends. And that was kind of my first thought in my head. But I don't know. It's... My thoughts, my opinion on that matter has changed quite a bit at this point to... I still feel like it was a valuable experience. And like... There were parts of it that I enjoyed during, and I enjoyed it enough in the meantime that it wasn't like all terrible, horrible. There were definitely good parts, but there was just a lot of bad, and enough bad that it got to the point where I was just like, what the hell am I doing? And, you know, got pushed to the edge. And I feel like that's another thing, is if I would have stopped things sooner, I wouldn't have reached the breaking point where I got pushed over the edge. Or maybe I would have, you know? Because I gotta remember that what happened is not really my fault, per se. It had to do with the personality aspects of the other person as to why things went down, so maybe it wouldn't have been all good and fine and dandy if I would have cut it off or ended things sooner. It probably would have just hurt less, I guess, which there's value in that. There's definitely value in having situations hurt less. But I guess you learn less when you hurt less, you know? Because, you know, mistakes suck. And it sucks learning you made big mistakes. And that sucky feeling is kind of what pushes you to grow, I guess. And what pushes you to not do the same thing again. Because you're like, I don't want to have that sucky feeling. I want to have happy feelings. And so then you kind of decide to not make the same mistake. Ooh, can I get... That was easy. I was about to be like, why the hell am I not... Oh, is my inventory full? Boop. But yeah, so I'm just like... Yeah, so like, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like I learned valuable lessons. I learned things to look out for, things that I definitely will not accept going forward. Like things that will instantly turn me away. Because there are definitely a lot of things that, yeah, like I said, I really just should not have stood for. I should not have justified things. Certain things. There were certain things I justified that I should not have justified. God, I was hoping to, like, find, like, another path in the Nether, but this is, like, a very linear Nether in the sense that, like, the only way to go is the way towards the fortress. Like, there's not, like, I've been trying to explore the rest of this Nether and see, like, okay, can I go this way and it leads somewhere? But no, it just leads to a wall. It just constantly leads to a fucking wall. Ugh, it makes me mad, irritated. But yeah, so I guess regret is only fair if... It depends. Because, like, I don't know. Like I said, was the hurt afterwards worth the happiness during? And I don't know. I think it was worth it, and I don't regret things because of the experience learned, and that's, like, valuable. Because there are certain lessons that, in my opinion, people can only learn through personal experience. Because people will tell you, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. And, like, when you're in the situation, you'll have that voice in the back of your head, but you'll be like, nah, this is different. This is different than whatever everyone else is talking about. This is a unique situation that has never happened to anyone ever before, and I am making the right call for this unique situation. Then you find out, maybe I should have listened. And you need to learn some things the hard way. And I feel like if you learn a lesson out of something, yeah, you shouldn't fully regret it. You should give it the... You should give it the credit it deserves, you know? That's kind of my opinion on regrets. You can still have regrets, but I feel like, you know, some things happen for a reason. Not everything, but some things happen for a reason, and you learn, you move forward. You become a better person on the other side of things. And I think that's all life is about, you know? Well, that's kind of the point of life, is doing things, experimenting. Sometimes you learn a hard lesson. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but at the end of the day, it forges who you are as a person. And that's really all you can do with life, you know? And I feel like that's kind of the message you should take away from this. Well, another message you should take away from this is stay away from crazy people. You can tell if they're crazy. God, it's weird. I feel mean saying that, but then also I'm like, she kind of deserves a little mean. But no, I feel a little mean saying stuff like, crazy, but like, whatever. But yeah, no, I think live your life, make mistakes, but always at the end of the day, trust your gut. I think genuinely the best kind of gut feeling to listen to is if you would be embarrassed for yourself telling the story afterwards, then maybe reevaluate your decisions in the meantime. Like imagine you are regaling your decisions to someone else, and if you would feel like slightly embarrassed telling the full story to someone, then maybe you should reconsider your decision making. And I feel like that is probably the best advice I can give, is literally just do that whenever you're making a tough decision or you're in a weird dilemma, or when you're, you know, that's kind of what I'll probably be doing from now on. And if I feel like I'd be embarrassed telling the story to someone else later, then I will probably make a different decision than what I'm currently planning. But yeah, no, I still feel like, yeah, I feel like as long as you learn something from your experiences, you shouldn't have to regret them fully, you know? I don't know. If you learn something and you come out the other side a better person, that's kind of, I guess, where you want to be at. And by come out the other side a better person, I don't mean immediate. In immediate, you're probably going to be a worse person. When shitty things happen, that just kind of tends to do that to people. But, you know, like looking back, if you feel like, yeah, I am a better, more knowledgeable, smarter person than I was before, then that's kind of, you know, then you shouldn't regret your decisions, you know? Because we're human at the end of the day. And you gotta learn to live with the fact that you're gonna make the wrong decision multiple times, and you're never gonna be perfect. And the only thing we can do is learn, and like, I don't know, even like, you will probably make the exact same mistake multiple times even. Because you'll think things are different when they're actually not different. You'll think things change. You'll think, oh, this is a different thing I'm doing. This is not when it is, and you'll realize afterwards in post that you're making the same mistake you've made before. And that's fine. That's human. We're human, okay? Like, don't punch yourself too much over making the same mistake over and over again in life, you know? I mean, like, maybe not over and over again, but if you make the same mistake a couple times, you're fine, okay? Like, it's not that you're not capable of learning, it's not that you're not capable of evolving, it just means that you're human. And, like I said, you shouldn't regret that either. You should... Yeah. I guess. I don't know. That's kind of my wisdom relating to this situation, relating to the human experience. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I just do what's best for you. Listen to your heart. Listen to your friends. If a lot of your friends are telling you something, you should probably listen to it because they're probably saying something for a reason. Because generally you can believe that your friends have your best interest in mind. If they didn't, you know, then they wouldn't be your friends. And you gotta be... It's important also to pick friends who have your best interests in mind. And, you know, sometimes you'll think someone has your best interest in mind, and then you'll find out, and even if it's a hard decision, you'll have to make the decision to not be friends with said person. Because otherwise you're just going to be opening yourself up to hurt later on, you know. That's kind of the big thing, is it's fine to make the same mistake multiple times, but you also gotta know when something is gonna hurt you and not help you, you know? And if you feel like a certain decision is only gonna hurt you, then you should... Okay. Holy shit! What the hell? Oh, okay, I need to calm the fuck down. Yeah. I guess I don't know, that was kind of rambly, but it's hard to articulate what I'm feeling without going more personal than I want to. Because definitely a lot of where I'm feeling comes from the situation and a lot of what I'm understanding. Oh yeah, this is something... I mean, this is advice that I follow, that I know, but for people who don't, always try to be the bigger man, the bigger person. You know, if there's no point in insulting people or saying mean things to people, even if you feel like they deserve it. It won't make you feel better. it'll just make you feel worse in the long run. And that's something that I also have come to terms with. Is that, yeah, I gotta... Being the bigger person is hard, but it's worth it in the long run. It'll make you feel better, and it helps you move on, I guess, is another big thing. Okay, let's try to get back to the overworld. Oh god, I'm so far away from my portal. I'm so far away from my portal. Holy guacamole. Do I gotta... Oh, I'm lost. I am lost. Unbelievably lost. Okay, so this... I might just mine. Might low-key just mine. But generally, yeah. Trust your gut. Learn from your experiences. Do what makes you feel better overall in life. If you feel like something is a mistake in the working, if you feel like, oh, that was obviously a mistake. If you feel like you're in the process of making a mistake, maybe try to not make that mistake, but if you do, don't beat yourself up over it. Yeah. I guess, I don't know. Regrets are interesting, but I try to live my life with as minimal regrets as possible. I try to make my decisions in a way that won't give me any regrets, but sometimes I do have regrets, but I usually try to push past those regrets. Where the fuck do I get out of here? Oh, the other direction. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you'll think you're doing something to... Oh, I'm doing this because I don't want to have any regrets. And then you realize that the thing you're doing is what is going to give you those regrets. And, you know, there's nothing you can do to fix that either. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for listening to this interesting episode. Yeah, I get scared of little fucking flower, you little fucking baby. Where the hell is my portal? Yeah, I get scared of the little flower, you little baby. Ugh, I fucking hate these little... Boom. Okay, sorry, I needed to lock in to kill those guys, because I have a lot of PTSD from those guys when I was doing my 5 items video. But yeah, no, thank you for listening to my ramblings. I'll try to have this video uploaded probably pretty soon, honestly. Pretty soon after recording. Yeah, I know I didn't make much progress in my world on this one besides exploring the Nether, but that's kind of where I'm at. Maybe in the next episode I'll work on a farm so I'm at least making some progress in the game, rather than just rambling, because I do feel like sometimes when I'm rambling I'm not making enough progress because I'm focused too much on the things I'm rambling about. And I still want to, you know, make this a Minecraft survival playthrough where I do things in the game and build things. And that's kind of where I'm at. The sound just broke for me. Like, I don't hear the game. I got like a weird glitch sound. Like, I think the sound is recording. I think my little sound box thing is glitched. So, yeah, I'm not hearing the game right now, but I'm pretty sure it sounds amazing with the rain and stuff. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I guess that's kind of all I have to say. I'm just trying to make it back to my base. To my base. To my base. I'm 99 blaze rods on the wall. 99 blaze rods. Take one down, pass it around. 98 blaze rods on the wall. 98 blaze rods on the wall. 98 blaze rods. Take one down, pass it around. 97 blaze rods on the wall. That was a high fucking jump. Okay, that's the end of the recording.